Hi everybody, it's Carol. This is our last post for OTL 5400, and I'm going to do the questions in a different order so that I end on a positive note. The video editing was the thing that challenged me the most in this course, but it was not the actual editing that challenged me. It was the technology that I found to be so frustrating, which I guess is one of those things that's always going to be part of my issue with online things. I have mentioned before that in the HUM 5500 course, I made a digital movie using Movie Maker. So I'm going to revisit that, but I promise I will not do this again in the next course. In HUM 5500, we started the course with an intro video, not unlike what we're doing now. And I did my intro video probably no less than 20 times. My daughter happened to be home at the time on spring break, and she finally said, "Mom, just post something, get it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect." But I couldn't help it. It was my first attempt at anything digital like that, anything video, anything online, anything for a master's class, and boy, it had to be perfect. And so, anyway, then at the end of that course, we had to do a digital movie, and I used Movie Maker. And I don't know if it's like pains of childbirth or what, but I don't remember that being that hard. And I learned to scan pictures, and I put music to it, and I edited it, and it just was not that hard. So I think as a contrast, it truly, from going from this sort of video that I'm doing right now to making that movie, it was not a big deal. So to have such a problem with that in this course 2.5 years later, or 2 years and 3 months later, is I was shocked that I had such a hard time with it. So I think that there were some factors in that. All right, so Movie Maker is no longer available. I changed computers. Windows 10 is a pain in the neck, and so I've got all of those things going on, and it just really reinforces the idea that you think you're going to master technology, but really it's more a matter of being open and keeping up with technology. And so what I should have done with WeVideo was pay more attention to the parameters. I found that WeVideo was difficult to find answers. I wanted to add music. I could not find the answers. Could I have music and a voiceover? The answer was no to that. I published before I realized it. Once you publish, you can't edit because you can't get your time back. There was a 2-minute limit. Well, that wasn't a problem because our project was only 2 minutes. But once it's published, you've used your 2 minutes for the month. Now, I'm not saying it wasn't a good recommendation to have. Dr. Langhorst has seen it used in his school, and it was really easy to use. But as a trial, that was the problem, as a trial subscription. And I know in all of my other courses, all of the instructors have encouraged us to use those trial or those free subscriptions so that we don't have to spend money on them. And I've done it with all of them, Powtoons, Prezi, Glogster, and they all have something quirky. And that happened to be what was quirky about WeVideo, that you've got the 2-minute limit, and then once it's published, it's done. And I just couldn't get answers. So that's what frustrated me. I got it done, and I really, in the end, it wasn't a problem to create a video. I did it on Powtoons in a short period of time because I already had my images selected. So I am going to make another video, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, and I don't consider that my problem, but I think that the lesson that I learned from it is that as a teacher, I'm going to have to be really aware of that because I don't have the tech savvy and that degree that Dr. Langhorst has. I'm just getting a smattering of this, so I'm going to have to really learn to do some things well, and hopefully, of course, I think probably all my kids will have, or all my students will have, MacBooks, and they can use iMovie, and who wouldn't want to do that? So anyway, that was the thing that challenged me. What would I change? I really, really liked the course. I liked the 3 active learning tools, the Google Docs, the blogging, and the digital movie. I enjoyed the fact that we got to practice doing that. I might like another academic article or two. I enjoyed that in our other courses that we had. I also really I like those real life models of active learning, and your Dixie Clicks blogging exercise, your assignment that you did, Dr. Langhorst, was probably one of the most relevant things that we did as far as an assignment, reading about an assignment was concerned. I mean, I know that we looked at a lot of things online, but we knew it was from you. We heard from you that it worked. And, that would have been a really good thing to work with my sample module with Sue Monk Kids novel, because she's alive. She encourages that. She says, contact me, book groups, and so on. So, if you hadn't already done that, I might have done that for my sample module, but that sort of would have looked like cheating. So I didn't want to do that, of course. So anyway, learned, what have I learned or improved? Of course, I learned how to do blogging, which I knew nothing about, and feel like I've sort of entered a digital native space, and I like that, just knowing about it and seeing the benefits of doing that, which I really didn't understand, sort of the difference between what is a discussion forum and what's a blog. And I can see that it would be something I might enjoy doing. I also just think having the opportunity to try these things and do them in this small group and with um, an instructor who's willing to talk us through some of the technical problems that we have and give us those tutorials is really beneficial. And honestly, I think that there are some components of this particular class that would be so beneficial in a beginning MLA class. I mean, the Google Doc thing, for instance, would be so beneficial if they want students to do collaborative work. That should be introduced in the HUM 5500 course, in my opinion. That's just something that should be really part of that beginning course. So I think that that everything has been real positive. I am going to make a digital movie for my trip that I just got back from to California for my niece as a keepsake, and I think that'll be fun for my family. And finally, on a personal note, I've enjoyed being with the three of you, plus our plus one, Dr. Langhorst. It's been a really unique online learning experience. Thank you, Dr. Langhorst, for letting us chat it up and just enjoy this experience in this small group. And I guess we'll have some new players come Monday, so that'll change the tenor of things. But we're headed to North Carolina tomorrow to move Hannah back home. I think we will be hot and tired come tomorrow night, but fortunately on Saturday morning we're going to be able to pay some football players to help, and we are grateful for some college students who want to have some beer money. So until the next time, y'all have a good weekend, and I will see you in the forums. Bye.